Did it happen or did it not? It's as simple as that.
Yeah. Chair, not to interrupt you, Chair, with your indulgence. Also, you know, we are on Hansard. The nominee alluded in his response that even the report of the commission made him a victim. He said that when he was responding. So that means he's privy to the commission's report.
And even then,
I think he was on
Kenya Human Rights Commission.
On a struggle to defend himself. He said he's been a victim of many things.
Yeah.
So now that we have put him on track, let's hear his answers to your questions, which I'm sure he's privy to.
Thank you, Chairman. I get your advice, and I'll take. I'll be in that tandem. Let me say that in the first issue and the second issue, I think what I've said is that I've defended myself in terms of I defended myself through the court process. The Commission of Inquiry in terms of the Grad Regency, I was asked to surrender the money to dredge the Ramu port. All the proceeds were given.
You were asked as Ndung'U or as governor of the central bank?
As governor of the central bank, and also the agent who transacted that particular deal. The printing contract that Mheshimiwa Junet'S, with due respect, thank you very much, that matter came to Parliament, it was debated, and in the end, it was not the central bank that determined the printing contract because it was there even before I joined in, and so I was exonerated on that, and the reports are very clear. I've never been involved in contract for publishing, for any currency printing. And again, the Treasury also went into joint venture with the Deraru, and that is how the issues were determined. So it was not a purview of the central bank, and the matter was dissolved that way in the central bank. The Imperial Bank never collapsed when I was in the central bank. I had already left, and it was several years when I had left. And the bottom line is that I was never part of that, and I never flouted, and also the flouting of the procurement rules. I never flouted any rules because in the then law, since then they have been revised, and bear me with that. Since then, the procurement law has been revised. The CEO of an organization, his role was, or his or her role was to appoint the procurement committee. If the procurement committee made a decision, the CEO could not vary that decision. Since then, and I had already left the central bank, things have changed and the law has been revised. Let me also say, the issue of banks propping the sharing, that was not correct. It is like the same situation we are in now. We are having surprise side shocks, and because of the persistent shocks, you can see the dollar supply has been minimal. And so in a sense, when you look at our current account deficit, it is the one that signals whether the currency is going to depreciate or appreciate. And that is the same situation with external shocks, and this is consistent with the African economies. Again, we went through the motion with a special parliamentary committee on that, and we dissolved the matter that actually this was the preference. That is why, Mr. Chairman, I mentioned that I had issues with saying how do we create buffers that help us to mitigate short-term shocks. And the whole issue, then the whole issue of Imperial Bank and my wife going to Thailand, this is a paid service. It was an agent of that company that was giving those the services, and it was paid.
Did you hear what he asked?
Yes.
He said, or rather he alleged, that in certain proceedings, the former owner of Imperial Bank alleged that he paid for an expensive holiday for your family. When you learned of it, you cut short the holiday, came back, and collapsed the bank. That's what he alleged.
Yes.
And that's what you should respond to.
Thank you.